So I experience pain every day. My name is Alexandra Bellis, I'm 23, and in 2016 I was diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis. Endometriosis is a condition that affects 1 in 10 women. It occurs when the endometrium, which is the lining of the uterus, grows out in other places of the body. So in my case, on the outside of the uterus, both ovaries, bladder and bowel. I'm a mural artist, so endometriosis greatly affects my work. Physical activity can really flare up the pain quite significantly. At the end of most of my big mural jobs, I've actually had to go to the emergency room with a really bad flare-up. And we've had to take extreme measures for sometimes up to 9 to 12 hours just to get a handle on the pain. I get a really bad flare-up about once a week, and that means that I am completely unable to move. It is completely debilitating. One morning I thought I was having just another flare-up, and it got so extreme that I did call my mum and say, I need to go to the emergency room straight away. This is not going anywhere and I'm in agony. And so we went to the emergency room and we were there for a while. They ended up doing some tests and they said, we're actually just going to rush you into emergency surgery. And I was like, why? What's going on? And they said, your appendix is about to rupture. And it had expanded 10 centimetres and it was about to burst. And I thought I was just having bad endo pain. But that's how extreme the pain is. And the surgeons couldn't believe it. And they said, how did you not notice that there was something else wrong? And I said, this is exactly how my flare-ups feel. In 2016, I had my first diagnostic laparoscopy, and that confirmed that I had endometriosis. Obviously, you don't pray for that kind of diagnosis, but I was breathing the biggest sigh of relief when I did get it, because it just validated that pain for me and I knew that I wasn't crazy. The pain is a big part of it, but the psychological stress that it puts on you is far greater. The constantly feeling like a burden is the biggest one that comes to mind. You don't want your family and your friends and your loved ones or your partners to feel like they have to look after you, but they do a lot of the time. I think that's been one of the hardest struggles, is just the challenges that come mentally with the disease are just as great as the physical ones. I think a really helpful thing to remember is that you're not alone. So many women go through this. Over 170 million women have the same stories that I do. And there is strength and power in numbers, and we can support each other. It's just hard sometimes because you feel like you're trapped inside a body that is unable to do certain things, and it's not up to you, but sometimes you have to say, you can't go to this event, you can't go to work. I've lost jobs over it. It's very difficult. You feel very trapped and isolated, and the fact that your pain is invisible makes it feel even more lonely. Another very severe symptom is infertility. It affects about up to 50% of women with the condition. And, a lot of women with endometriosis will be able to tell you that doctors have told them to go get a hysterectomy, which is removing the uterus, or an ovarectomy, which is removing the ovaries, or getting pregnant. These are the 3 things that doctors will tell you will give you a chance at pain relief, a very small chance. And so women are going to these extreme lengths for pain relief, and a lot of them not actually finding any relief at the end, and they've gone through such an extreme surgery, which means they can never have children, or they go into early menopause. Some women as early as in their 20s have gone into surgically induced menopause just to get rid of the pain. So if you can't take someone seriously after that, that speaks volumes to the kind of level of suffering that we go through. If I can, or if anyone can continue these kinds of conversations, even if it just helps one person like it did with me, it is so worth it. And even bigger than that, it will lead to the kind of research opportunities that we need to get a cure. So just to push through every flare up and to keep the conversation up and to keep this kind of awareness going, because we can get to a cure one day and stop any women from having to go through what we're going through now.